Shalom, shalom. I'm going to start out this video by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakah HaKodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone that rule well, that teach well. Well, I learned this truth 100% according to the Bible. I also want to say shalom to the elect, the 144,000 men, prophets, servants scattered abroad the four corners of the earth. And shalom to you, Akwaf, which are you sisters that are sincere in your children. Shalom. And in today's video, as you can see, is going to be another video from the brother, the Hopeful Elect 3. We're going to be building off of this video he got from the title. You see it said perilous times. And that's exactly what we're living in, you see. So that's why ultimately you see all of the things happening in the earth the way that they're happening. You see the violence of the people just being careless and, just doing all type of manners of evil. You see, that's because we're living in these perilous times, man. As the scriptures have said. You see? So I'm getting into this video. Fair use on the 1976 Copyright Act. Fair use.
Y'all ever notice that people are committing more crimes? A lot of relationships are getting dangerous now. Dating is getting dangerous. Going out is getting dangerous.
Right. You hear what it is he's saying, about relationships and things like that, and just people in general becoming more, against one another. And we know that ultimately this is all the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah, that the Lord is the one that's bringing this division among these people, man. You see, the Lord is the one that's separating and doing all of these different things that we see happening, man. You see, because the spirit of judgment is on the earth right now, man. You see, and that's what the times that we're ultimately leading up to, judgment. You see, so that's why these things are happening in the earth as you see occurring, right? This is Matthew 10:34. It said, "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword," right? Verse 35. "For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law." You see, so like I said before, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai is ultimately the one that's bringing this division. You see people being, against one another. People can't get along. The scriptures tells us in Matthew 24:12, "And because iniquity shall abound," right? Meaning sin, "that the love of many shall wax cold." Right. And we know that word cold goes back to psychos or crazy. And that's the state of mind that these people are in this world, man. They're full of darkness. They're full of all type of different demons and all type of stuff plaguing their minds. So they're just doing all type of buggery, man. You see, that's why us hopeful like brothers and sisters, we got to always be in the spirit, man. You see, knowing that we're living in these times, knowing that we're amongst people that are operating in these behaviors and these types of ways of thinking. You see, we got to be circumspect. That's why the scripture tells us this right here. I'm actually grab it, right? This is Colossians chapter 4, verse 5. It said, "Walk in wisdom towards them that are without, redeeming the time." You see, and that's where us hopeful elect brothers and sisters got to be in the spirit of doing now more than ever. You see, knowing that we're living in dark times, knowing that, the people out here don't have our best interests and that we're walking amongst people that are not right, man. You see, that goes for anybody, your family members, your wife, your kids, whoever, man. You see, if they're not in this truth like you are, then there's a 9 times out of 10 possibility that, hey, these people can be used as one of those spirits, man, to try to, ultimately to bring hindrance in your life, or, might be trying to do some ill will towards you. I mean, you never know. Like I said, it's just, you can't trust anybody in these times and seasons that we're in, man. You see? And that's basically the mindset you want to have. The Lord says to be not ignorant of any matter, small or great. So you got to be taking the cost and, counting the cost of everything, man, no matter what it is, no matter who it is, man. You got to be, iffy or circumspect with everybody, man. You see, because we know we're living in those times, man, where you can't trust anyone. You see, especially if they're not in this truth as we are. Right. So this is Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15 through 17. It says, "See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise." And that's the spirit we got to be in these times, being wise, as it tells you in Proverbs 22:3, that a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, right? By getting right with the Lord, doing the things in which it is that you can do to, strengthen your relationship with the Heavenly Father and His Son so that you can be protected in these times, right? But the simple pass on and are punished, man. And these people are in a world that are not paying attention, that obviously have no idea what time of season we're in. The 2/3 of our people in these heathens, they're simple, man. So, we ultimately don't want to be caught up around these people, man. When the Lord started really bringing judgment upon them, when these people out here bugging out and doing all type of, wickedness that they're ultimately doing, we want to be away from these people. And that's why you got to be in the spirit of being circumspect, being wise, paying attention, knowing how to observe your surroundings, and knowing to know when you got to leave from a place or to avoid certain people. You got to be like that in these times, brothers and sisters, like for real. And I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, but we got to be in this way of thinking. You see, because that's how the elect are going to be moving, man, in a cautious type of spirit, man, not being just, easy going, not just being, simple, man. You see, verse 16, redeeming the time because the days are evil. And that's why you want to be in that spirit of being like that, because we know that we're living in evil times, and we know that anything is bound to pop off at every given time. You see, and you don't want to be on the wrong side of it. Because you're not operating in the spirit of wisdom, and you're not allowing wisdom to meet you at every thought, as it tells you in Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 16, man. You want to be in that spirit of being sober-minded, you see, watching. Right? Verse 17, wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, is. And we know what the will of the Lord is. It's to bring judgment, to bring evils, to bring terror. And we don't want to get caught in the midst of those things or possible events or things that could transpire, not being circumspect, not being wise, not knowing the time and season that we're in. You see, surrounding yourself with the right kind of people, man. This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 16. It said, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. And that is what us hopeful elect brothers and sisters are. We're those sheep, those docile, those harmless, friendly animals, man. You see? And we're in the midst of wolves, man. You see, the 2/3 of our people and these heathens, man. These people are bugged out of their minds, man. They don't have the right spirit on them. They're not coming in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, so they're coming in a demonic spirit. You see, so we got to be, cautious around these people, man. You see, you got all of these different shootings and different types of, different, events that are taking place that are just, dangerous, man. And you want to ultimately be allowing that wisdom to guide you, that, hey, you don't find yourselves in a situation, man, that you don't want to be in, you see, by not using wisdom. So you got to be circumspect in these times, brothers and sisters, because, hey, it's evil out here, man. You see, it says, be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves, you see. But also the Lord has given us a mind to think, man. So you got to allow that wisdom to guide you, man. You got to allow Yahweh Shem Yahushua and what these scriptures say to be leading you through this dark and demonic world, man. You see, because you don't want to get caught up in these things that these people are out here doing, man. Because we know, as the scriptures have said, hey, it's going to get worse, man. You see. And I'm actually grabbed that precept. This is 2 Esdras 14 and 16. It says, for yet greater evils, right? Meaning bad times, right? That word evils. Than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter, man. Right? Verse 17. For look how much the world shall be wicked through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. So this is why you want to be in that spirit of being sober-minded and watching, and well as praying to the Lord to have mercy upon you, you see, because I mean, hey, we're living in some very deadly, serious times. And all of these things that we see happening amongst these people here in America and the world, but mainly here in Babylon, that these people are, just through altogether. But we want to be operating in the right spirit. You see, we want to be moving accordingly to the ways that is pleasing unto our power, man, that we don't get caught up in these evils that are coming, man, and that we see happening day in and day out through this place, man. You see? So I'm going to get back into this video just so we can watch the rest of it. Right?
Y'all ever notice that people are committing more crimes? A lot of relationships are getting dangerous now. Dating is getting dangerous. Going out is getting dangerous. You don't know who's going to flip out. You don't know who's going to go crazy. People got darkness in their eyes, man. It's like people are turning to something else. I'm telling you, people are turning evil, man. They are turning to devils and demons. Whatever's inside them, it's getting ready to come out. It's coming out. Get ready to come out. And you don't even know it. Your man, you never know he's going to come out and be crazy. Your woman come out and be crazy. Your family come out and be crazy. Your friend come out and be crazy. People in the street just going crazy, losing their mind. What y'all think about this? Because it's some scary times out here. Y'all stay woke out here, man. Because it's real danger for everybody. Danger for your children, man. The high schools at Walmart. Y'all heard about that Walmart, man, that went around stabbing everybody? I'm telling you, man, something going on out here. Y'all keep your eyes open and stay woke, man. I'm telling you now.
Right? And like I said before, that's why we got to be in the spirit of being circumspect, because we know ultimately who's the one that's bringing this evil, man. You see, a lot of people, they believe that it's Satan and all of this different type of stuff, but it's really Yahweh Shem Yahweh, man. The Lord is the one bringing the judgment. The Lord is the one bringing the evil, the chaos, all of these terrible things that are happening in the earth, everything in which it is people are seeing, you know. The Lord is bringing this stuff, man. You see, and it all goes back to the wickedness of the people, man. Because we know, as it tells you, and I'm going to grab that. This is Isaiah chapter 60. I'm going to start at verse 1. It said, "Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee." So we know ultimately that, hey, these people are in gross darkness, man, which means, hey, these people are completely wicked. You see? And that's ultimately why you're going to have these type of situations that are happening beginning to increase. And things are only going to get worse because these people out here in this place are just walking demons, man. You see these men and these women here in this place, America, man. That's why the scriptures calls this place the valley of the shadow of death, man. You see, and us knowing that we're in this place, we got to be in the spirit of moving with wisdom, man. You know, pray to the Lord for that wisdom to give it to you, that you're able to, you know, be circumspect, paying attention to your surroundings, you know, watching who you keep your company with, you know, and the people that you surround yourself with, man. You know, we got to think like this, man. You see, because thinking like that is what'll save your life in these times, man. You know, moving, being extra cautious, you know, because like I said before, these things are only going to get worse, you know. So I'm actually go to that precept as well, since I'd mentioned it, you know, multiple times. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, right? And I'm going to start at verse 15. It says, "To think therefore upon her is perfection of wisdom, and whoso watcheth for her shall quickly be without care," right? Being wise. Verse 16, "For she goeth about seeking such as are worthy of her, showeth herself favorably unto them in the ways, and meeteth them in every thought." You see? And that's what we want this wisdom to meet us in every thought that we make in our lives. You see, whether it's where we're going or, you know, wherever we may do or what we may, you know, indulge in, we want it always to be operated by the spirit of wisdom. You see, so that we know that we're making the right decisions in the sight of Yahweh Shem Yahweh. We don't want to do nothing in these times that the Lord is not going to be pleased with. You know, we don't want to do anything in this time that, you know, is not wise, that is not smart to do. You see, because it could possibly cost you, man. You know, so like I said, in these times, you just want to be fearing the Lord more, man. You know, definitely got to be fearing the Lord, because we know once you fear the Lord, it's going to make you move in that spirit of being wise. It's going to allow you to use wisdom. It's going to make you to be in the spirit of being circumspect and cautious when you truly fear the Lord, man, because that's the fruits of fearing the Lord. He's going to give you those things, you see, as it tells you in Proverbs 1:7, that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge and wisdom, man. You see? So, yeah, you know, that's pretty much everything I had to say with today's video. Lord's willing, I pray it be edifying. Just something quick through the spirit, man. Like I said, we got to be circumspect in these times, brothers and sisters, knowing that, hey, the time that we're living in is very evil out here, man. You know, and these people are not right, especially those that are not in this truth, walking after the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahweh to the best of their abilities, man. These people are corrupt. They're wicked. You know, they're sick. They're perverse. All types of demons on these people. And hey, we just want to be, you know, wise, operating and knowing that we're dealing with people like this, man. You see, we want to be, you know, just, you know, being wise, man. Basically, you see, that's the whole point of the message today, you know, just operating in the spirit of wisdom. You see, it'll never fail you, man. Yahweh Shem Yahweh's wisdom will never fail us, man. You see? That's why the scriptures tells us in Proverbs 3:5 to trust in the Lord with all thine heart, you know, and lean not into thine own understanding. Verse 6 says, "In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths." You want the Lord to be directing your steps in these times, you see, allowing him to lead you, you know, on what it is he wants you to do, what it is he doesn't want you to do. You know, these are the things that we should be praying to the Lord more and asking him to do for us, man. You see? protecting us, having mercy upon us when we're out here in this world, man, when we're amongst these sick people, man. You see? Because people are bugged out their damn minds out here in this place, man. You see? And we definitely need the mercy of the Lord in these times. So with everything, to the next time, I'm going to say shalom.